Hey you guys, this is King86, aka Raymond. Welcome to another rendition of Mcjuggernuggets. Now, I want to point out, guys, I saw on Twitter that he's not going to release a video. I have a feeling next video that's coming out tomorrow is going to be something big. Because if you guys remember that every time when you're getting close to the end of something, or you want to make sure the next video is going to be great, it has to be perfect. I mean, come on, we've seen the Haunted series when, you know, when they, on that day when they all got all the props for that witch, Ursula, at the end, they turned to monkeys. And we had to wait the next day to do that, because as you know, you have to do makeup, you have to do all that stuff, make sure the lines are perfect and everything. But you know what? I have a feeling that the next video that's coming up is going to be great. Now, if you guys are wondering, what do you talk about this prediction on this series that we're talking about? Now, after seeing every subscriber's ideas of what this series is supposed to be, here's my opinion on what I believe is happening. Now, guys, if you remembered in this episode, Snap Out of It, when he was told not to snap by the wizard, he actually talked to one of his characters, and he sounded like he was a gangster, but he sounded like Adam Sandler, to be honest with you. But he told him not to snap because there's worse characters that's a lot worse than the Psycho Kid. And then here we have it right here.
The hell?
As he snapped his fingers, we see the real Jesse in this window. I mean, in the mirror.
Who the fuck are you? You let me out of here. I am the real Jesse Ridgway. Hey! Hey! Get me the fuck out of here!
Now, you notice how he locks the door?
Let's do that. Keep it rigid, druggies.
Now, guys, if you notice that at the end he said, keep it rigid, druggies. Now, one of my subscribers actually said that, you know, when that part where he had mono at the end, which he did, he did suffer that on the behind the scenes. He actually said, "His hello, druggies, your only problem with Juggernuggets." He sounded very sick. You guys could tell by that. But when he said druggies, and I heard that, and it's like, that subscriber actually said, "Wow, that's true." I actually looked back and I looked at the other videos, like, "Oh, that's really strange." But as you guys may have known, the wizard said that don't do the behind the scenes because it might lead to something worse. But if you guys may have noticed, all the Psycho series that we have seen, and we're all the ones who actually wanted to see new videos, and a lot of people are getting upset that we want to see main videos and not the behind the scenes anymore. But when we saw how he moved it to the other channel, that kind of tells you that he wants to do something different, and he wants to put it on the Psycho series channel that he actually created, and that shows something that the more and more the Psycho behind the scenes he was doing, the more that the evil Jesse is trying to get at. He's seeing how it was before. He was hoping that he would do it better now. Now, guys, let you know I'm muted. I just want you guys to take a look at this. You notice how Jesse is looking at himself in the mirror? He knows that I'm the evil Jesse. I'm going to have a lot of fun. And here, let's see the. See?
Do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and think, who am I? You know?
See?
What is this thing that I see?
See right there? That kind of tells you that he's actually giving you an idea that who am I? Now, evil Jesse's trying to figure out who he is. He's trying to say he's Jesse Ridgway. He's trying to do something great. He wants to have fun. Because I think that being inside his mind, it makes you think, oh yeah, he's having all the fun while all of us are stuck in here. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the hell is going on. But after seeing all the pranks that he was doing, he was having all this fun time, things like that. I'm sorry I did that. I'm just being him, actually. Anyway, we saw how his pranks were getting worse and worse and worse. Now, like I said before, the hacking on Larry's Lounge was the funniest. We all know that. But then it started to escalate a little bit more worse. Destroying his dad's antique car as a prank, it was semi-okay. The next one, making Joe have a fake heart attack, that was bad. Now, pretending to kill his friend's baby, even bad. And also pretending to die, that's even worse. And also, the next prank that we saw was doing the Psycho Dad raids Brother Stream on the other way, and we saw Jeffrey's TV get destroyed. And then he also, the next prank was Mcjuggernuggets is dead. He pretended to die, and his mom saw how he was dead, and we saw how that was escalating more and more. But this was way before, after the Psycho series was done. Okay, they were in the middle of the Psycho series, and he started to have fun because he was trying to get some subscribers and everything. But despite all that, the one that was the kicker of all the worst pranks that you could ever do to your parents was being held at gunpoint. And I think we all saw how that went down. It was one of the worst things we've ever seen. It's like, how can you do that? And how evil Jesse is trying to say, what? It's just for fun. If you want to push something on the channel, you want more views, you gotta go beyond of what you're doing. But Uncle Larry didn't like that. And as you notice that he was pushing his family away. But then when he got to a certain point where he was saying that, oh, the Psycho series, I can't do anything besides Psycho series. And then when he came home, everyone was happy. And then he got the idea, Psycho series 2. And that's where it started to go the right way, but also the wrong way. Now, we're at the certain point in the videos that we saw The Devil's Advocate, where Jesse was talking to Uncle Larry about that he wants everybody to get involved. And as you guys may have guessed, and also saw how Jeffrey didn't want to do it because Jesse was not giving that much information on how things were going. But take a look at how Jesse was trying to make sure everybody gets involved.
Really, we can get him out of school for videos if we need be.
Out of school? He's going to college. You can't get him out of college.
No, I mean, like, actually drops the fuck out so we can do this.
No. He's not dropping out. He's only got...
See that right there? For him to say, oh, I'm trying to make sure to get everybody in this, my project. I want everybody to be there. I want everybody to do it. And that shows how this new Jesse that we're about to see is trying to push the limits on making sure that everybody is on board. But the one I found very harsh, and I thought that was very unnecessary, was how he confronted his brother about it. Now, at a certain point, when we saw him, when he saw the video, how he exposed the Psycho Series 2 thing, how he was supposed to go over to Switzerland and say, Dad's alive. At that point, he was supposed to keep the beard, and as you guys know, he didn't keep the beard. And he was actually upset. Jesse was actually upset with Jeffrey, knowing the fact that he doesn't want to do it. And this is where he takes things too far on this.
Get back! I need you to fucking do it!
And I'm not going to fucking do it.
I need you to fucking do it!
I'm not going to fucking do it!
Listen to me! I need you to fucking just fuck up! Just fucking do it! Just fucking do it, dude! Like, I don't know why I just did that, but like, you need to just fucking listen to me. I can't go back. I can't go back to this shit, dude. So like, we can do it. Everybody, like, love Psycho Brother. Like, they love...
Now, you see that he doesn't want to go back. At that point, if you guys remember what Jesse said about after when the series were done, he said, you notice how I threw out Easter eggs? You see the picture of the Matterhorn. That's an Easter egg saying we're going to Switzerland. And you guys see about the pink cup that was on the car, that the car was going to be pink, and so on and so forth. If you guys remember when they did the behind the scenes on Psycho Dad Fights Aunt Melissa, when Jesse took off the jacket, he was wearing an Angry Grandpa shirt. That tells us that he was going to do a compilation with Kid Behind the Camera, and also Angry Grandpa, of course. Now, doing this series that I'm trying to expose Angry Grandpa is showing that they're faking everything. And that shows how Jesse is trying to tell a story, and he wants the Psycho Series 2 to work. But if you guys may have remembered, like I said, this is the evil Jesse. He is evil. E-V-I-L. I can't make a dot here. There you go. Evil. That's who he is right there. This is the evil Jesse. And remember, the new one is trapped. The other one is trapped in a mirror. And as you remembered, he locked the door. So despite all that, he is trying to say, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. It's like, he wants to go back to the Psycho series. If you guys remember, that's where it was created. Now, some of the subscribers actually said, do you think that it might have been the demon that they unleashed when they did the Ouija board at Aunt Jackie's house? Because if you remembered, he said he didn't leave. They didn't close the gate. So something was possessing Jesse. So what makes you think that this character that he developed with Dema was actually the one that we're seeing? So despite all that, guys, there's a lot of Easter eggs here. There's a lot to think about. Now we come to the next one, on the one where his brother quits. Now, you guys, this is the part where Jeffrey talks about the contract. Now, if you guys remember, we're going to keep track on how the contract is going to be. Now, let you guys know I'm using a mouse to draw on this, so just bear with me on this. Now we're on the contract part where Jeffrey is actually pointing out all the mistakes on this contract.
Here is absolutely ridiculous.
The Psycho Dad's in, guys. He's resurrected from the dead.
See? Psycho Mom, Psycho Dad are in there.
Did you read this?
Well, how long we've done this already? What's the difference?
What am I gonna do, Jeffrey? What am I gonna do?
Change it.
Change? What am I
See
changing?
right there?
I've been making videos.
Right, but you're asking for way too much.
I think it's just like humor.
Yeah,
it's not like it's for real.
How is it humor?
Dude, I spelled my name wrong as a joke. Clearly, it's not that serious.
Yeah, jump in.
See right there?
If you get to a point and you don't want to do it, don't do it.
What am I?
Now, guys, if you guys remembered, he spelled. Now, just bear with me, guys. It's kind of hard to do it. I wish they actually had a certain point where I can be able to. Well, I can just be able. He spelled his name wrong. Now, he spelled his name wrong. Now, guys, point that out. Jesse never spells his name wrong. And I think we all know that because, I mean, come on. Who spells their name wrong? Now, the evil Jesse would do that. And now the next one is that no work. He wants no work or jobs. He wants everyone to do it, and no school. So that's the thing. Now the point that's out, guys, that Jeffrey quits. Now the evil Jesse's actually getting upset, knowing the fact that the Psycho Brother doesn't want to join. And we're at the certain point in the series is that everything is happening badly. Because as you guys know, the real Jesse plans everything. Now, he said that one time that the Psycho series just came as a joke. And it's like, a joke? No. We all know that it was a prank video. It was supposed to be a prank on the Psycho Dad destroys Xbox. We all know that when he threw it in the fireplace. Now, if you guys may have guessed, after that, it started to get better. And then after that, when they did the Shred video games, it made him an internet star. A YouTube star, actually. And he had to do more. So this evil Jesse wants to have that popularity. But he doesn't know how to do it because he's been trapped in that mind. Now, thinking about it is one thing. Actually doing it is another. That's what they all say. But notice how here's the thing. His dad bought him a car. Now, that's something right there. And at that point, it's like, the real Jesse said he didn't want to sell the Pinkmobile because he loves driving it and he's attached to it. It's sentimental to him. So why get a new car and why do you say he'll take it? I don't know. That tells you right there that's not Jesse. We all know that. Now, guys, this is where it actually gets darker and darker all through. Now, one of my subscribers said they're not actually in Switzerland, they're actually in Pennsylvania. If you guys remembered, I actually saw this on Instagram that he actually went to go to his friend's wedding. So maybe that's how he was getting a lot of thinking about how this is going to happen or what's he going to do. I think at that point when he left that day, that was when like they said, they were doing 4 uploads a day. So if you think about it, guys, what if they did all these videos already and they're just uploading it day by day by day by day? Because we were expecting that. 4 uploads a day just to speed it up. Someone actually said that. They said, are we supposed to get 4 uploads a day? And why isn't he doing this? But if you guys noticed, he wore the same thing from that day, from 2 days ago to yesterday. And it shows you right there that they're making these videos half and half. Because if you guys remember when they went to Switzerland, they actually made 16 1-minute videos that they had in their vacation, and it led up to the point where they were at VidCon. So I think they're actually, this whole series of them doing it right now, I bet we're seeing all of it already. We're seeing the 4 uploads a day from the Psycho Series 2 premiere, and then Mcjuggernuggets quit Psycho Series 2, and then we're off the deep end, and we're on the new one called The Night at Ridge Run, and that's where he ran away. So when the evil Jesse's trying to make sure it's all perfect, but there's no direction, there's no point. I mean, they're at the point, if you remember in Switzerland, there was elks, and there was mooses there, and how things weren't going his way. He did this.
Jesse, what are you... Jesse! Jesse! Jesse, stop!
Get your ass back in here! Jesse!
What the fuck, Jesse?
Now he's saying he's trying to kill himself. Why would he do that? The real Jesse would not do that. Evil Jesse's doing this because he can't handle it. He can't handle the fact. And for him to drink all the time...
Jesse, are you okay?
Now, seeing him do that was crazy. And if you guys remember back on the announcement video on how the series is supposed to be, he said it in these words. Sorry, I think I might have cut that out, but this is the point where when he did the video back in January 2nd, called Everything Will Change in 2017, said he was going to do the cycle behind the scenes, he was going to do all the stuff, and the doc was supposed to be coming out. And now we're at the point where he was talking about the new series that he's planning.
Guys, or maybe it's already begun. Maybe it's begun for a while now, but the new series. There's been a lot of hype for the 2017 series. I've name dropped, well, I haven't really name dropped, but I've talked about the 2017 series, and it's 2017 now. So what's going on? Guys, I will not divulge any spoilers to you. It's just how I like to roll. I like things to be mysterious. I like there to be surprises and shocks and twists and turns. I cannot tell you anything besides the fact that it's insanely dark and that you guys better be ready for absolutely anything. This series will revolutionize YouTube as a platform and how stories are told on it and how stories are told in general. I don't think this has ever before been done, and at least not this well. I think it will be shocking. Much like how the Psycho series was told as reality and we put that show on for 3 years, I think that kind of was revolutionary in its own way. This has its own tangible element that's extremely weird and crazy, and I think you guys are going to feel very much immersed in this story, and it'll be a good ride. YouTube.
See that, guys? A good ride. He said he likes to leave everything mysterious, so anything can happen in this new series, guys, and that's the point. The one thing about Jesse I can give on this guy is that Jesse Ridgway is actually great. Because he's keeping us guessing. He's trying to make us think about, what's this new series like? Where's he going with this? Is this real? Is this fake? Is this the series that he's talking about? Or is this something different? He's keeping us guessing on that. He is keeping us guessing. But nothing compared to what happened yesterday that I actually caught on and makes you wonder why he said it. Now, we're at the point of Night Ridge. I'm sure everybody caught that. But when he was having a breakdown at the end, he actually let out a bombshell right over here.
I'm not who I say I am.
See right there?
What do you mean you're not who you say you are?
I'm not Mcjuggernuggets, man. I'm not Mcjuggernuggets. I'm not no fucking storyteller. I'm not this genius, this mastermind that everyone makes me out to be. I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit.
These kids look up to you. All these kids love what you're doing and what you've been doing, man. Everyone's proud of you, man. Your dad just bought you a fucking new car, man.
You're not understanding, man. Like, they think the world of me, but I'm not even fucking from this world.
What's Jesse?
Now, if you guys remember right there, now the family does not know that the real Jesse is trapped in that mirror in the basement, and this is the evil Jesse. This evil Jesse, I think we're actually seeing the series of how evil Jesse is trying to deal or cope with everything that's around that Jesse has created. That's what I believe the series is about. We're seeing evil Jesse taking everything too hard because it's too much to bear. It's like you're by yourself and you got to build a house. And just bear with me on this. I'm just trying to prove a point here. Now, you're in a company that has built one of the greatest houses in the world, and you want to build the greatest houses in the world, but They want to see you do it on your own. And they said, I could do it. I can do all this. And then he builds it on his own. But it's kind of hard to do it by yourself where everyone's counting on you to do a great job. And you can't take the pressure. It's like, I want to do good. I want to do great. But everyone's counting on me to do great. But what if I can't do it? Okay, maybe the house thing's a little messed up. But it's like trying to get good grades. And everyone's trying to make you do greater. They push you to be the best. These kids are actually pushing, they push Jesse to be the best. And look at him. He's at 3,501,000 subscribers. 3,501 subscribers already. And that's pretty amazing that everyone looks up to him because he told a story. He's a great storyteller. And what he made was the best. But now we're seeing Evil Jesse trying to handle everything that Jesse has put out. Doing the Psycho series and... he was pushing people away with these pranks videos that he's done. And he's trying to be Jesse. But we all know that Jesse would not do pranks like that. He would only do it to his, he would say, I'm just pranking, I'm sorry. He only does minor ones. What he did to his brother in the Psycho series, that was crazy. Pushed him in the pit. And he destroyed his motorcycle. And the only thing that Jeffrey did was destroy his TV and also painted his car pink. I mean, he didn't physically hurt him, except... put him in that in the video Stomp Glasses. He actually trapped him in that little tea bag kind of thing and hoisted him up, trying to get his PS4 down. So I think this is exactly what we're seeing in this new series that we're seeing. Maybe this series is actually it. Maybe we're seeing what Jesse wants us to see. We're seeing the evil side of him try to run this channel. And he can't handle it anymore. That's why he's trying to kill himself. That's why he's saying, I'm not who you say I am. I'm not Mcjuggernuggets. I'm not from this world. But you can see at the end of the video, he wants to go home. He wants to go home. But at the end, he said he would come home at the end, but he doesn't come home. So that kind of leaves a red flag on what the hell is going to happen tomorrow. Well, guys, that's my prediction. Give me your opinions on what you think it is. And, guys, all the hints that we've seen from the other ones, you say it's going to be dark. It's going to be nothing like we've ever seen before. So, we're actually seeing to my opinion, we're seeing Evil Jesse being pushed to his limits on trying to make this channel greater than Jesse ever could, the original. But the Evil Jesse can't cope with it. And trying to do the Psycho Series 2, where everything's messing up, and he can't take it anymore, that kind of shows you right there that the real Jesse would never give up on the Psycho Series. He does a play-by-play. He tells you, he goes over the directions on how things are supposed to go. And when he said, you got to ad-lib, you got to make it up. The one thing, what we saw in the behind the scenes when he was talking about how they did the videos, they're saying, what if I don't notice that ad-lib anything? Do what you want. I'll tell you if it's good or not. And then at the end, he gets really upset. He said, just ad-lib, try something. They said, but I don't know that. How am I supposed to know? And for him to yell at Uncle Larry, that's one thing. So, I believe, guys, that's what the series is about. That's my prediction. I think Jeffrey knows that. I think Jeffrey can see that. That in order to do the Psycho Series 2, you got to have a plan. You got to know what you're doing. Instead, we're seeing somebody who's just like how I think Parker or Uncle Larry said, leading the blind to the blind to the blind, things like that. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll see if the next video coming out tomorrow on Monday is going to be good. So, well, guys, there's no video today. So this is my prediction on what I believe the Psycho Series is about. So I've seen a lot of subscribers, their opinions, and I gave my opinions out. Some people actually believe me. Some people don't. Some people are on the fence. I said, I don't know. Only time will tell. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this this little breakdown video on what I believe the Psycho Series, this new series is supposed to be. We all know it's the year of the escape. We're seeing Evil Jesse that escaped out of his mind, out in the world. Or maybe Evil Jesse's trying to escape from this world that he can't fully understand. Doing YouTube and doing all these videos. Maybe he's trying to escape from that. I'm not sure. You decide. That's my opinion. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, stay positive, and comment and share this video if you believe what I'm saying is true, or do you guys believe that's what the series is about, or it might be somebody else. Give me your opinion. Stay positive, everybody.